Don't worry.
I'm just
Right.
teasing, by the way.
So, 98.1.
All right, Lagos. It is 16 minutes gone past five, and you tune in to Personal Finance here on Smooth 98.1. Okay, talking about personal finance today, it's going to be an interesting conversation because we're going to be taking a look at how we can revamp our savings and how we also get to spend for the second half. Well, we've not gotten into the second half of the year yet, but at least we can know how we want to plan towards it, right? 2025, you still want to buy that Bentley, you want to buy, you want to have $1 million naira in, let me not go to dollars. You want to have $1 million in your account. It is possible. It is doable. Well, I have your personal finance girl with me. I was going to say in the studio, but no, she's joining me virtually. Hello, good to have you as well.
Hey Joy, I'm so excited to be on the show today.
Yes. Well, Lagos, you have questions on how you want to save up, you know what to do. The number hasn't changed 0809 4440981. You have questions, you have suggestions, and everything else regarding savings and personal finance. Well, what you can do is come through and ask away. And as well, your personal finance girl will do her best to address them. And talking about 2025, we're already in the 6th month. And it seems like some people have already been taking stock like, hey, God, I beg. I started this year thinking I was going to have $1 million in my account. Is it too late? Let me even start from that. Is it too late to start making or this or should we start regretting the things we've done so far? I see some people already saying, half of the year has gone. Well, it's not yet gone, but they're
Mm-hmm.
just like having palpitations. Why in June? It's like all the things I wanted to do, I've not been able to achieve them. And I'm like, what exactly? Why are you beating yourself up? Should you even be doing that in the first place?
No, no, no. I don't think you should. So I know that we as humans we tend to want to measure, and most of the time we only look at all of the things that have not been done.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've now learned to do recently is to measure the good parts as well as measuring the part that is not good. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
tempting for you right now to say, oh, I've not achieved all of the goals. I've not
Mm-hmm.
made 10 million, I've not made 55 million, I've not done half, but what is the one that you have done? How are you able to do it? Can you piggyback a few steps and then, okay, I was able to do X, Y, Z. What resources did I use? How can I
Mm-hmm.
now use or multiply that energy to achieve the remaining ones that I had in my January 1st resolution?
Okay. So it's not something we should beat ourselves up over
Yes.
that
No.
we've not, because some people still don't have their finances in order. It
Mm.
seems like it's just maddening. How do I started January strong, but you know when you always say that things will just come up and just
You're just
shake your
wondering
core.
how. Why? What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not village people. It's something. Yeah, because it's very easy to just blame it on someone else, not yourself, especially if
Mm.
you've been doing things that you shouldn't be doing. And that brings me to ask this question. What is the proper way to account for spending from, let's even start from the beginning of the year till now? How should we even be? I know that you said this before, right? For everything
Okay.
you do, you need to have where you're writing them down. But see,
Mm-hmm.
as much as we're writing things down, it's tricky trying to write down every expense, even if it's just, oh, I bought eye pencil, I bought lip gloss. It just seems like those are ridiculous things. Why am I having to write everything down? But is there a proper way I'm supposed to be making accounts of my spending?
Yeah, so do you know that I was thinking to myself today, I got pouches and I'm like, this is not in your budget. Where was it fall into? And I know that I have a miscellaneous part where there's this spare cash that doesn't exactly have a name. So in case anything pops up, I can make
Okay.
use of it. Like, okay, I would record it under that amount. So the proper way, let's say you're looking at yourself now, you're not sure what you've done with your money. You can actually
Mhm.
just your bank statement. A lot of us don't like numbers. I would always say, I do not like numbers. But you see, when it comes to my money, I want to know what has happened. While it is very, very difficult to track every naira to the kobo, to the last cent, especially when we're just living life and adulting is
Is
adulting us.
adulting.
Yeah, so you just have to, one, go through your bank statement. You'd spend a few, since it's like for 5 months, you're going to
All
spend a
right.
few hours. You could even dump it day one, you're not done, day two, you're not done, but ensure that you go through it. So that way you're able to tell yourself the truth. Did I spend did I really, really spend out of my
This
500K salary? Did
amount.
I spend 100K on transport alone? Did I spend 350K on a particular restaurant from my 500K salary? You want to be as realistic as possible. So the only way for you to be able to piggyback and see, okay, what have I done with my finances? Like all of it is by downloading all your bank statement. Because I know that some people have like 10 different accounts. Go to your mobile app, go and request for your statement, and you want to go through it. Yes, you have
Mm.
to.
They're calling you all out. Don't be hiding. Come out and take it with your full chest. So because like you said, some people only you only have a particular one that every other person knows, but you have the ones that are hidden that nobody knows about.
It's
You're
not
doing
of
yourself. So you don't want to be doing that to yourself, actually.
enough.
Be honest with yourself. Download your statements from all your accounts. Then do an introspection on what exactly you've been spending your monies on. See, that is even, that's the very hard part.
Yeah, it takes a lot of
Actually
discipline.
accounting for everything that you spent. Okay. Okay. Lagos. Breathe. Breathe. Now let's talk about savings.
Okay.
I know that some people save on a month to month basis, but what
Mhm.
assessment should one be making before allocating money that they actually put away?
Okay, so what are you supposed to do before allocating money to your savings, right? So
Mhm.
first things first, you want to have goals, you want to have reasons why you're saving money. While it would sound really fancy, oh, I just keep money away, I just put money away. You want to be realistic so that you're able to measure this at the end of the day. Because some of you will come and meet me and like, I have not been saving, I don't hit my savings target. What is your savings target? I do not have a target. What are you saving towards? I don't know what I'm saving towards, but I am sure keeping money away. So can you see? Let's go
So
back.
what
You want to have a goal. Why are you
towards
saving?
what is
One
saving?
reason why every single night, if you're a Nigerian, you must have an emergency fund because you see, oh my, let's not even talk about how something just springs up from nowhere out of the blues and just wants to be after you, after your life. So you want to
Yes.
have an emergency fund savings. So if you were supposed to save on a month to month to hit your emergency fund savings, it means you want to know how much is the amount of money you should be saving. So your
Okay.
emergency fund should contain 3 to 6 months worth of your expense. And I love to use the 100K. Let's say every single month you need 100,000 naira to survive. So if you were
Right.
to save every single month, you want to know, okay, since I need to save either 300,000, which is for 3 months, or 600,000, which is for 6 months, I want to have 300 to 600K in my savings. How exactly can I achieve it? By the time you bring out, okay, oh, I know where my money goes to, I have a budget. You now want to know how long do I want to take before achieving this particular
Mm.
goal of saving 300K. By the time you say, okay, I want to save for 10 months, it means we're dividing that money by 10. So every single month you want to keep 30,000 away. You can save that money for 18 months. You can save that money for 2 years because you would always end up touching the money because it is for emergencies, right? So there's something that will happen probably once in every 3 months or once in 6 months. So that money would not always be
Keep
capped.
empty.
So
Okay.
you already know, okay, this is the amount I want to save. If it was for 24 months, you're saving 15,000 naira every month. So by the time you know that, I need to save 15,000 naira to hit my emergency fund savings. Oh, I need to save towards buying myself a new laptop. Oh, I want to save towards that trip to Tanzania. You know how much the trip will cost. You want to split it into how long you want to achieve that goal. And that would help you to know how much you are meant to save every single month. So you're not just waking up
Are we
and
going
saying, oh,
to
I want to.
also factor inflation into all this? Because you're
Yeah,
saying we
yeah,
should
you have
save
to
now.
factor
So
inflation.
what I bought in January is not what I'm buying now. If you're going into
Yes.
the market now to buy tomatoes, bear in mind that the holidays are here. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same amount I bought tomatoes last week or 2 weeks ago that I'm buying tomatoes now. So I just wanted to put that in there because
Yeah, so there would always be the need to factor in inflation, but the truth is, if I go that route, people will become confused because then you have to do like
okay.
actual math. So it's more or less the easiest way for you to think about factoring in inflation into your savings at the very beginning is,
Mhm.
is having like a buffer. Okay,
Okay.
prices of things are going up in a certain amount.
Mhm.
Okay, how much can I honestly afford to keep away? So let's say you
Mhm.
wanted to keep away 1 million for that new laptop you want to buy. You can have
Mhm.
a goal of saving 1.1 or 1.2 million, knowing that by the time you're hitting that target, you would have to like add something extra to it. So you're not like, oh, I saved exactly 1 million and the 1 million is not enough. What do I do? So that you don't feel as though you did not achieve your goal or you're not able to buy that laptop that you saved for. So you have to give yourself a buffer. But there's an actual calculation for you to be able to know how much you are meant to save or you're meant to put aside to factor in inflation. So the math goes like this. Oh, you want to save for 5 years or you want to invest for 5 years. What is the current inflation rate and what has been the average inflation rate for the past couple of years, let's say for the past 3 years? You're now going to multiply the amount of money that is the target that you want to save by the
Right.
inflation rate divided by the time that you want to save that money, then you would have the actual amount of money that would be um mathematically correct to be able to keep you afloat during
Okay.
that time. So you see why I said I don't want to add this because it's a
The
lot of
mass
math in
the mass would
between.
just be everywhere. So no, we don't want to have our heads scattered. So
So just go
let
with the idea of adding
let's
buffer, adding something extra
hey,
to it. Just add
just
small, finish, you're good.
small chakam. And then you'll be fine. Okay. It's good to have savings. It's good to have a way of knowing what you're saving towards. And I like the fact that you say, okay, just create a buffer and know how it is you go about it so you're not caught on off guard. Okay, so Moji says okay, hi Moji, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. She says, I use an app that's called Expense Manager to record all my expenses daily. That is a good thing that you're doing. I kudos to you. I applaud you for doing that. Not everybody is as strong as you to know what it is they're putting. Sometimes I get scared when I bait and pushes and I'm like, oh, am I supposed to put this honestly down? But yeah, that's what adulting is all about. So we are in summer. Yes, I don't think it's approaching anymore. It's here. We and I say summer because during this period is where we have schools out, you have some people traveling, and we in this on this side of the divide, we have summer in a sense. We have the rainy season and we have season, but we have the rainy season to contend with. However, some people are also planning to take a holiday, go on a trip, and have so much fun. I don't, I'm not against you having fun. Okay. My question is, should plans already have been made at the beginning of the year? Or are we supposed to be making the plans now? Or how are we supposed to have gone around it?
If you're going to be spending money, your
Hey,
plan
God,
should
I
have
beg.
started far back. The plan should have started a while back because we're
Right.
talking 8 weeks in less than in around 8 weeks, we would be
Mm,
fully into the holiday, people traveling here and there, um, everywhere being busy, kids out of school. So you have like a lot that you have to do within another
mm,
month, which is around August.
right.
So if you are meant to travel, just know that you're a bit late. You're a lot of late, especially if you have to probably save towards it or you're doing like a large number, not just yourself. However,
Okay.
it's not too late because like I said, we have 8 weeks. So you want to have like proper plans. In fact, by now, I'm sure you if you're traveling, you want to have like your hotels booked already. You want to have like your flights booked already because if you wait to the last minute, you're going to be spending more money and you might not be
Extras.
getting the exact thing that you want. So I'd
Mm,
say you're already late, but not too late.
okay.
But you can start planning now.
It's see, yeah, my head is just doing my head in. It's just doing my head in. Okay. Okay. Someone Cisco is already responding. He says, uh, Moji, someone's saying that it's a matter of time before you drop that app. You'll get tired of it. So, see,
Cisco,
wait.
no.
Here's the thing. It's you know how it is when you start a thing. It's so exciting. You keep moving, keep pushing it, and
Yes.
you just keep going. You get in the middle and like, ha. No, I cannot do this again. Oh, Cisco, she says she's used it now for 2 years. So big ups to you, indeed. Oh, see,
Consistency.
I like the fact that she's been consistent with it. So it just means you need to be consistent with whatever it is you're doing. If you're saving, know what it is you're saving. And yeah, for those who are just planning on going on a trip for summer at this point in time, I hope you have some deep pockets. If you don't have some deep pockets,
Those who have
if
deep
you're going
pockets
with kids,
that day, they'll
I
just wake up and like, okay, let's change location. But good.
see. Hmm. I don't know. There's something I want to say, but it's best not to say.
Don't say it though, please.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing this hard. Onasho is here. Onasho, really?
What did
Well,
Sharon say?
Oluwaseun says, you must be extremely stingy to keep record of all your buys. No, it's just being
Oh,
disciplined. It's
that's
not
not how
about
it
being, oh
works.
my goodness.
That's
Why
not
would
how
you
it
even think about
works.
it being stingy?
So
Ah,
it should
see,
be
see,
being
see why I said,
accountable.
see why I said is easier said than done. You see that saving and keeping track or spending and keep it's not even the saving part, it's the spending and keeping track. It is off the hmm, you're buying, like I said, you're buying eye pencil, you're putting it down. I bought eye pencil today. Like you
And
said,
then
it's miscellaneous things that you should just put that under. But even tracking that just seems like no, I'm not doing this today. I can just skip it. But yeah, you need to know where your monies are going again. And I agree with you. But big ups to you, Moji. For 2 years, you've been doing
that's some level of consistency.
it. Would just Oluwaseun, mind yourself. Mind yourself.
I was about to say
It,
that.
it
Don't do
says,
that.
imagine recording you button Corby. And that conversation, I see, that's gonna be around 7. I'm gonna have a conversation around that thing that's been trending on social media right now. We're gonna have a conversation about that around 7, but we'll leave it at that for now. My days. Now let's come back to let's come back to how it is. We need to be saving and spending wisely. You've spoken about emergency. Apparently, some people don't know the next when it's true. It's called an emergency for a purpose or a reason. Anything can happen at any point in time. But
Mm-hmm.
how serious should one be? You know, keeping into cognizance what their savings or emergency fund should be. How serious should they take it? Because
Oh
some people
my.
don't even they're just like she's saying emergency fund. Is it not the same thing as savings? I already have a savings. What exactly is the difference between having an emergency fund and having a savings? How do they even differentiate from those two?
Okay, so the reason why an emergency fund is actually a type of saving.
Okay.
However, you can have different type of savings. They're into
Okay.
two broad categories. One is the emergency fund, where you know that if there's anything I did not plan for, it is not
Right.
in my budget. It wasn't in my purview. I wasn't thinking about it.
Mhm.
When I need money to sort it out, that
That's
emergency
where
fund
I go to.
is where I'll go and dip my hand into. But you see, other type of savings, you can save towards every and anything. You want to
Mm.
relocate, you want to travel, you want to pay school fees, you want to buy gadgets, you want to buy new phone, you want to buy new fridge. You can save towards every single thing, and it is called a target savings. But you see that emergency fund, it is for things that you did not envision. I'm not talking about childbirth. I'm not talking about house rent. I'm not talking about things that you can plan for. I'm talking about things that you do not see coming. Let's say, oh, a family friend, or let's say there's a medical emergency and somebody really needs cash right now. Where does it come from? Because it is an emergency and they need the cash immediately. You don't have money lying around, and you don't want to break the savings that you have for your new car or for your new phone or your new laptop. You go to your emergency fund to pick it. And then you don't want to go and sell your land. You don't want to go and sell your gold when there's something very urgent that you need to solve. Where does it come from?
Right. Right.
Emergency fund.
So if you've not been keeping something aside for your emergency fund, please by all means do so right now. Don't wait till it's last minute and then you're now looking for who to go and borrow money from. Start with the one you have first. You save that. If it's, I don't know, what's the smallest amount you think you can also just keep in that emergency fund and watch it grow over time. I would even suggest you automate it so that you know that if it's every day, if it's every month, or rather if it's every week before you get to every month, you know that there's something set aside for that and you're not caught unawares. I know that sometimes the money might not cover everything, but it is called an emergency fund for a reason. You can now get there, start with that one before you now start reaching out to family and friends to help you. And that even brings me to the question. We all have family and friends. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it is. This is different from black tax, by the way. Black tax is way different from this one. But you have them, and as you can tell, anything can happen. Just like you would have an emergency, they could also have an emergency. How then do we approach? Um, Obviously, they're going to reach out to you. They'll say, "Please, we have an emergency. Do you not approach this as a loan? Because some will tell you, oh, don't worry, just give it to me. I will pay back. Or do you, as I say in our parlance, dash the person the money, especially if it's family and friends? How do you go about this one? Because it can be very tricky, even trying to get that money back. If you say you've loaned someone some certain amount of money, are you putting it down in writing or are you just telling the person outrightly, okay, this is a loan and I need it back so and so dates? Please walk us through that. Because that one is like where people become
See
enemies.
this one is like like you already even said it, where people become enemies,
Hmm,
because when people are in need, they will typically say every possible thing to get that loan out, to get that
right.
rescue that they need. So for you as a person, it's left for you to decide whether you are Father Christmas, or you're going to have people be accountable for everything they say. When they say, okay, I'm going to return the money, you're going to hold them that, okay, you say you're going to return it, indeed return it. And then let's pray that the people around you, everybody around you, they
Okay.
have integrity. They are true to their word, right? So when it comes to giving out money, what I typically do is, because I like to budget, I like to have like this written down and then the mental calculation. If it is money
Mhm.
that I know that I can let go of,
Right.
I would give it to the person, not expecting it back,
Okay. Do you
because
tell that
I have
person
that.
that?
No, how would I tell you that I'm not expecting the money back? I'll tell you.
Okay.
I
I
am
just
a
wanted to be
Christmas.
sure. Ah,
I'm a
okay.
Christmas now. So I would let go of the money because I have like a budget where, okay, family and friends money.
Okay.
As long as I've not exceeded that amount for the month,
Mm-hmm.
I could bring it out from that bucket and hand it over. Obviously, because you know me, you know that you're meant to return this thing. So it's
Hopefully.
more or less like when I say, don't take this advice to people. It's a trap. I'll give you the money. If you return it, good. Next time when you come, you get more. If you do not return it, just know that you have closed the door because by the time we're going to have another conversation where you want me to dash you or loan you money, we have to revisit the first one that we did not close out on. However, for
These
those
are
who I
family, oh.
know,
Friends, okay.
and now,
Family. Hey. It's like you
came
you
to
want to
meet
start World
me,
War III
needed.
in your house.
No,
Your
no,
si
that is the
let's even
thing.
take it to your sibling. Your sibling is asking you for money. And the first one,
Eh,
maybe it's even an older
where is the other
sibling.
one? That is, all right, that's
So
where
something
is the other
happened.
one?
It just happened.
Something happened.
Eh.
And when you bring back the other one, we will not talk about how we can move
Ah,
forward.
they will now do
Because
family meeting on your head. So tell me how you want to
we
escape that
have to
one.
train people around us, honestly, people are not. ah, we'll sit down and we'll talk. We
Okay.
talk, and we cannot break up now. Our family. We are here, we're in this together. So typically what I do is I bring it out from the buckets where, okay, this is for you people. I already know that that money is for them. That one is, there's no
Ah,
dispute.
okay.
But then I would
Okay.
expect that you would be accountable to your word. And then this is where communication now comes in play because most of the time when people come to meet me for aid, I want you to be very specific. Do you want me to
Okay.
dash you money? Or do you want me to borrow you money? So that relationship will
Mm.
not scatter before it starts. Because you don't want your friendship of 10 years
Yes,
to
to
go
go
sour
down the
because of 100K, because of 150K, that you could have as well just said, oh, in all honesty, I don't think I can refund this money, but I would appreciate if you can give me. How much can you dash me inside?
Mm.
Simple.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is the way I think everybody should approach it. So that at the end of the day, you know
Mm.
that I don't know if you, I know every people listening, you know how money
No, there
ruins a
there are
lot of
people listening.
relationships.
Yes, I've
No,
had that.
I know,
I have
like,
I have that
like,
person that
I know you,
the person knows they can never
like
come back
money
to me again for
actually
money.
you see, it ruins relationship. And I invest so much in my family and my friends that I don't want anything to ruin. So I want us to communicate clearly. And when we
Mm.
do, we're good. And if there's a mistake along the way or there's something else along the way, please come back.
Mm.
Talk to me about. Don't run away until the next time you need help because the next time you need help, we have to close the previous. This is I know now. We
But
have to
you know
close
that
the
there are some
previous
people
issue.
who are usually shy to even ask their money back.
Yes, so those ones are rich people now.
It's
You are very rich.
not. It's not. Oh, you know what? Let's not get into it. Okay, here's a quick one. Because before you know our conversations, you just take us to where we don't
We're
even know.
running out of time.
Is June too early to start saving towards Christmas holidays for those who are planning to buy gifts for family and friends?
No, it's not though. It's not. If you start earlier, you're going to do less work mentally and
Okay.
financially because I'm not even going to lie. As it is now, I'm already planning for September and Christmas already
Mm. Mm.
because I don't want it to be that when it is November or October,
That's
I'm
why
not
you now
already
do kitty, kitty, kitty,
ahead.
kitty, kitty,
I'll
up
be
and
looking
down.
for where to buy rice. No, I'm already planning ahead. So if it's possible for you to, please, by all means, do. But if it's not, no pressure, no pressure. When is that time reach, you still do it. So
But that's
regard,
where savings actually come into play because
yeah.
why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you putting a noose around your neck that you will not even be able to breathe? Anyways, Moji actually even gave what she sent in her her app, and I can see everything, how it there are colors to it.
Yeah,
And
very good app.
I like how it's really proper. I think I shall go look for this
Be able
app.
to make use of
But
it. It's
if you can, okay, Moji, I know you're listening. So what you can do is just share the link and let me follow through from there. I like how it's detailed and how you already know that this is where it's coming from. This is how you're spending it. It's actually awesome. Even down to utilities, she has it.
Yeah.
And here's an insight. Um, because she's a giver,
She
right?
has that in there.
She has that in there.
Mm.
And giving is her second biggest. I'm seeing is her second biggest expense. And that was in May. So
Eh,
yeah,
Don
kudos to
Moji.
you. Well done. Well done. And yeah, she says, although I struggle with budgeting because sometimes I never adhere to it, I always have a mental cap. And having this record confirms I'm on track or if I'm off track. Well done.
And
I,
well
I, I
done.
really love this.
Is that
Cisco,
show?
really? Well, Cisco, well, he says all these savings categories are good, but do you think that it will work in present day Nigeria? Yes, it is
Will,
why you
Cisco,
need to
it
have
does work.
mm, it,
I
it
don't know
it
why I'm calling
actually
your name
does.
out, but it honestly does work. You just need to try it out. And it will give you more insight into how you spend, how the
On
economy
what you're
works.
spending. Mm-hmm.
It does work.
Mm-hmm.
Take it
And
for me for free.
it says I will ask every bit of my money, even to the last kobo. Nothing like rich person. Calm down, calm down. If it's your family member, you will not drag their shirt like that now. Anyways, it says Moji should be made finance minister.
She deserves an award at this rate.
Yeah, honestly, Moji, kudos to you. Well done for all you're doing. I want to be like you when I grow up. Yeah, I said
Oh
what
my
I said.
God.
Make of it what you will. Oh my goodness, Lagos, we are out of time already. We've had such a great time having this conversation, especially when it comes to see when it comes to personal finance and it comes to your personal finance, girl. It's always like, oh, we're just having great conversations and the likes. Um, I want to quickly get this in a minute or less, even in 30 seconds, if possible. You spoke about having different funds or different savings funds. Is there basically a fund for
Mhm.
every aspect of our lives that we should be having? Because that's also what Cisco was alluding to. Like in this day and age, how do we do that? How do we make that happen?
It's possible. It's just you planning and then
Okay.
adding a very, very hard chunk of discipline to it. So what are
Mm-hmm.
those things that are important to you? You can
Mm-hmm.
plan actively towards it. Is it education? Is it travel? Is
Mm-hmm.
it just feeding? Those things that are
Mm-hmm.
important to you. Food. You can
Mm-hmm.
have different buckets for it and be
Mm-hmm.
very, very intentional about it. So even when the world is crumbling behind your back, you're seeing
You're
your goal, you're seeing
safe.
the thing that you want, and you're able to stick with it.
Mm. All right. Well, Lagos, if you have more questions, Oluchukwu, yes, how can we get access to your social media handle so we can come and bombard you with all our questions? Because it's not enough. This time just seems like it's never enough. How can we
It
get
doesn't
access to you?
know. So you find me everywhere on social media as your personal
Mm-hmm.
finance,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram as personal finance girl,
Right.
YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, just Google, you're going to find me, your
Google
personal
is your
finance.
best friend.
Yes, you can send messages and all. I'll
All
be happy
right.
to answer. And then for the savings part, let me quickly chip this in. There are
Okay.
over 7,400 of us that are saving together till the end of the year. So if you're
Okay.
happy to join us, just send a link. I think there's a link in my bio on Instagram to join us
Okay.
on our savings challenge. So you
Okay.
are not left out and you have a community that is going to be hitting that
Help
target with you.
you. Okay, good one. Good stuff. Lagos, so much in store. Only if you know what it is you are looking for. And if you're trying to make the right savings, well, you know who to go look out for. But this is World Drought Cutting on the personal finance today. It's going to be more great conversations coming your way. So as always, you don't want to